I mean, is it I'm in space? I'm in space. Oh man, I'm in space.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe has never shied away from surprises, and over the years it's proven that just when fans think they know where the story is heading, Marvel takes a turn that no one saw coming. It's not just about the shocking cameos, like Daredevil showing up in Spider-Man No Way Home or Robert Downey Jr. being rumored for a major villain comeback. It's also about the way Marvel introduces new characters who end up becoming crucial for the future. And lately, one of the names being tossed around more than ever is Blue Marvel, also known as Adam Brashear. Now, one of the most interesting places Blue Marvel could actually show up might not even be in the mainline Avengers films at first, but in a show like Marvel Zombies. Since that spin-off is already playing with big ideas, it could be the perfect test ground for a powerhouse like him. Because if you've seen the Marvel Zombies teaser, you know that the series has already teased the quantum virus angle, which is basically the cause for all the zombification. But here's the thing, we still don't know exactly where this virus came from, how far it can spread, or how devastating its true power really is. That uncertainty opens the door for a character like Blue Marvel to step in. Think about it this way. If the virus can zombify even the strongest heroes, then Marvel needs someone who could not only resist it, but maybe even help clean up the mess. Bringing in Adam Brashear here makes sense, because his antimatter abilities and cosmic awareness set him apart. If he survives something as terrifying as a zombie outbreak, it sets the stage for him to appear in the larger MCU, already proven as one of the toughest heroes around. And considering the rumors that Marvel executives want Blue Marvel in the MCU sooner rather than later, Marvel Zombies could be the place to test the waters. It's also worth remembering that Marvel has already teased how interconnected its side projects can become. Just look at how What If episodes influenced Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So, if Blue Marvel shows up in Marvel Zombies, it wouldn't be a stretch to see him step straight into the mainline movies afterward. The fact that he could be introduced while saving heroes from the quantum virus could make him instantly memorable. Because honestly, if you can handle an army of undead superheroes, you're pretty much Avengers material. Although Marvel Zombies could be his first appearance, fans are also buzzing about where he'll eventually land in the larger MCU timeline. With Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars already on the horizon, there's no doubt Marvel is building up toward battles that require the biggest guns in their arsenal. And while Thor, Captain Marvel, and now possibly Sentry can go head-to-head with world-ending threats, Blue Marvel adds another layer. He's not just a brick wall of power, he's also a scientist, a strategist, and someone who understands the weight of history. That last part is important, because Adam Brashear isn't your average superhero. He's a genius from Chicago who started out as a prodigy, studied at Cornell, became a football star, and eventually earned his PhD before serving in the Korean War. After a reactor accident during his antimatter research, he gained powers that put him on par with Superman: antimatter absorption, super strength, near invulnerability, energy manipulation, telekinesis, cosmic awareness, the list goes on. But unlike Superman, his story has an extra layer. During a fight, his mask was torn off, and when the world discovered he was black, President John F. Kennedy himself asked him to retire. It was one of the most painful examples of systemic racism in Marvel history. Because of that, Adam's character has always been about more than just his powers. He represents resilience, justice, and the struggle for equality. Even though he was pushed into the shadows, he never fully gave up on being a hero. That makes him more compelling than just another powerhouse thrown into the mix. So when Marvel talks about wanting their own version of Superman, Blue Marvel isn't just a copycat, he's Superman with a unique cultural and political weight that could make his story even more impactful on screen. And let's not forget, the MCU is now deep into its cosmic phase. That means we're not just dealing with Earth-based heroes anymore, but multiverse shenanigans, galactic threats, and villains who can reshape reality. Blue Marvel fits perfectly into that direction. He's been described in comics as almost a Captain Nemo figure, leading grand space voyages and fighting enemies that require as much intelligence as brute force. With Kang the Conqueror in the mix, and Doctor Doom rumored to be central to Secret Wars, Marvel needs characters who can keep up. Blue Marvel isn't just capable of keeping up, he could very well be the deciding factor in those battles. So how would he fit into something like Secret Wars? Imagine Doom, at the height of his power, manipulating the multiverse and preparing to wipe out Earth's mightiest heroes. The Avengers are struggling, even with all their combined might, when Adam Brashear steps in. His antimatter powers give him a fighting chance against Doom's sorcery and science, and his leadership makes him more than just muscle on the battlefield. He's the type of character who could rally both old and new Avengers, becoming a core figure in the team's survival. But here's the thing. Before Marvel drops him into an Avengers event, they may want to give him his own solo spotlight. It's what they did with Captain Marvel, introducing her solo film before having her swoop in during Avengers Endgame. A solo Blue Marvel project could dive into his origin, his civil rights era struggles, and his eventual comeback as a hero who refuses to stay sidelined. Because if Marvel wants audiences to connect with him emotionally, they'll need to show more than just his power level, they'll need to show his humanity. And casting him is going to be a huge deal. For years, fans have dreamcasted Denzel Washington as Blue Marvel because he has the gravitas, the intensity, and the range to capture Adam Brashear's mix of wisdom and strength. Washington has proven in films like The Equalizer and Fences that he can play both stoic heroism and raw vulnerability. But since he said he may retire soon, some people think his role in the MCU might be a one-and-done, possibly as another character like Azuri, the Black Panther of World War II. If that's the case, then Blue Marvel could be played by someone else, maybe his son, John David Washington, who has already proven in Tenet and BlacKkKlansman that he has the talent to carry a major role. Even if Denzel doesn't take the role, there are a bunch of other strong contenders. John Boyega, for example, has the energy and charisma, and someone like Coleman Domingo could bring a perfect mix of gravitas and compassion. Whoever takes the role has to balance Adam's intellect with his overwhelming power. Because Blue Marvel isn't just a fighter, he's one of the smartest men in the Marvel Universe, someone who can sit in the same room as Reed Richards and T'Challa and hold his own. Although his future in the MCU is still uncertain, the fact that Marvel executives have openly said they want him is already promising. Nate Moore, Marvel's VP of Production and Development, even went on record saying he'd love to see Blue Marvel enter the franchise. And with Marvel moving into its next big phase, it feels like the timing is finally right. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.